Hearing specialists, I hope you're doing well and welcome to another video. We've got a very interesting case here and I wanted to share it with you because this is one of the very few instances where I have, by pure accident, stimulated someone's Arnold's reflex. And what that is a unwavering feeling to cough when you have your ear canal stimulated. So Arnold's reflex is not present in everyone. So if we look at the research, it may only have a prevalence of about 2 to 3% in the population. I rather suspect on an anecdotal level it's higher than that. But essentially, if the ear canal is stimulated in a certain way, people with this Arnold's reflex will not be able to control themselves coughing. They will cough violently until that stimulation goes away. And I've seen this many times before, but not usually when doing wax removal. So as an audiologist, we see it more often when we're taking mouldings of ears. So if we need to make someone a custom hearing aid that goes inside the canal, or we have a musician, maybe we want to make them some custom monitors or custom earplugs, what we'll do is essentially shove a piece of cotton, like a sponge, into the ear canal and then fill it with like a special type of silicone putty, very similar to how dentures are made. And more often than not, when we shove in the sponge, that's when we'll trigger the Arnold's reflex, if the patient has it, which is not a problem because nothing bad is going to happen. However, when doing wax removal, when you've got a Jobson horn or a suction probe deep in the ear canal, you certainly don't want someone to be coughing violently. And if they do cough, then you'll want to exit out of the ear canal jolly quick with whatever implement you're holding, because you don't want it to be knocking around against the ear canal walls, causing damage. So you're going to see me trigger the Arnold's reflex just in the second part of this video. So we're just doing this ear first. Quite a bit of wax in this ear. It's not occluding the ear canal, but this patient is heavily reliant on hearing aids, and the problem that they were having was their hearing aid kept blocking up over and over again with earwax. So I'm just removing as much as possible with the Jobson horn, and with the idea that we can leave a nice smearing or film of wax on the ear canal to defend the patient from infection. So, and there's a bit of tympanosclerosis actually on this eardrum, so you might be noticing the eardrum sort of lurking in the background there, and you'll see these sort of white splodges on the eardrum, and that's scar tissue essentially. So this patient at some point must have suffered from a few bad ear infections on this side, and the eardrum is then healed up, and those white splodges are actually calcium deposits on the eardrum. So, but anyway, going back to the Arnold's reflex, the reason that it occurs is because there's a special nerve called Arnold's nerve. Some people call it Alderman's nerve, but most people refer to it as Arnold's nerve, named after Frederick Arnold, who was a doctor in the 1800s who first described this reflex. And the nerve that supplies feeling or sensory information to the ear canal, the tragus, which is this sort of triangle bit of cartilage here, parts of the outer ear, so the pinna or the auricle, and skin behind the ear, the sensory information for those areas is carried by a nerve called Arnold's nerve, and that is actually a branch of a larger, longer, more important nerve called the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve the reason it's called vagus is because vagus is a Latin term which means wandering.